We turn now to a first, a dubious first, but a first nonetheless, the first male prostitute to legally sell sex in the United States. His name is Marcus Beston. He claims he's breaking the Nevada double standard that until now has allowed only women to sell sex. In fact, he compares himself to Gandhi, if you can believe it. For Andrea Canning, this original American gigolo is a sign of the times.
He's 5'9", 180 pounds, a former Marine. And if you're a woman in search of no-strings romance, Marcus Beston can be all yours for $300 an hour.
If she's willing to step through these doors, she'll have the best moment, hopefully, that I can provide for her in her entire life.
But for the 25-year-old, it's about more than just pleasing women here at the Shady Lady Brothel, 2 hours northwest of Las Vegas.
Here's a stud farm. We call it the stud farm Peacock Ranch.
So this is where you bring the ladies?
Yeah, of course.
He's making history as the nation's first and only legal male prostitute here in Nevada, the one state in the country where paying for sex is allowed.
I'm basically doing what Rosa Parks did when she decided to sit up front on the bus instead of the back, or what Gandhi did when he's had the sit-down protests, against the British Embassy. I'm basically trying to reset social norms.
Those are some big comparisons.
Oh, yeah, it
you feel that strongly about this?
Yeah, I do.
Lofty goals for a man who calls himself a gigolo. Beston is one man among 1,000 working women in Nevada's 24 brothels.
World-famous Bunny Ranch.
But you won't see him in a typical lineup like this one at the famous Moonlight Bunny Ranch, or entertaining in one of the themed rooms at the Shady Lady. He has his own turf out back where he services female-only clients.
It's like a home and garden, you see those houses. It's inviting and open and a really comfortable atmosphere.
So if a woman wants to take a shower with you,
that's... Yeah, it's all good. If she wants to be cleaned or, anything that you specify.
Bobby Davis, the brothel's madam and owner, says the slow economy and the demand for male prostitutes forced her to think outside of the box.
Why men?
We've had requests with couples that wanted to add a girl and a guy, and we could always add the girl to the mix, but we could never add the guy. We've had more and more requests for that, so we decided to go ahead and at least try it.
Davis says dozens of women have reached out, some just lonely, others asking for bachelorette parties.
There are women that are going to come in and just want straight dirty sex, basically. And then there's going to be women that are going to want more time and more of a date type situation.
Adding a stud to her all-female stable wasn't easy. It meant overturning a 73-year-old Nevada law that barred men from joining the trade.
Why have men not been able to do this in the past?
Well, it was basically a flaw in the state law. It determined that all men had to have a cervical exam. And so when we pointed that out, they said, well, that's not right. We can't discriminate. So they were willing to change it from the cervical exam to an urethral exam.
How does your client plead not guilty to all charges?
But Heidi Fleiss, the once infamous Hollywood madam, says it won't work. Fleiss, who 3 years ago tried to open her own male brothel called Heidi's Stud Ranch, says it's more than just the law. It's the merchandise.
Who is going to drive to the middle of nowhere, especially to a dump, and to sleep with some guy who doesn't look like the type of guy that women are going to pay? We're not like men. Men will sleep with mud. What I do think would work is a male-male brothel, but I don't know if Nevada is ready for that.
Davis says she isn't ruling out a gay business plan when she adds more men to her roster in the future, but for now, she's focusing on the ladies and says there's no shortage of men willing to offer their services. Over 100 applications have come in from bartenders to real estate agents, many who lost their jobs in the recession.
So a lot of men might think this is going to be a lot of fun, but, it does become a job. By the third or fourth year, it's a job. And as long as you look at it that way, a lot of people can do it. Not everybody's cut out for it.
And yes, size matters.
What about your physical requirements?
I'm well endowed. I'm above average. But women said that, if you're too big, it's very uncomfortable. So I'm right in the middle range.
Beston is used to the scrutiny. He came to the Shady Lady after a failed attempt at the porn industry left him homeless in Los Angeles.
Now I have a place to stay. I have people around me that care about me. I have an amiable means of employment. So I would be taken care of, you know. I wouldn't have to sleep on the streets anymore.
But for Beston, it's not all about the money.
I thoroughly enjoy the presence of women. Women are like fine china.
And what makes you so qualified? Have you slept with a lot of women?
No, I've only slept with 3 women my whole life.
That doesn't make you question your ability or
No,
think,
Lord,
whoa,
no.
all these women are going to be...
No, Lord, no.
What do you hope a woman is feeling when she walks out of your bedroom at the end of the session?
That she can go out into the world and put her shoulders back and say, wow, you know, I cannot believe I can actually do this in America now.
A hard sell from the lone gentleman in the world's oldest profession. I'm Andrea Canning for Nightline in Nye County, Nevada.
According to his employer, Marcus has had 4 clients so far, all women in their 30s to early 40s who book 2-hour sessions. At least he's paying taxes.